What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Kangaroo Black coming back once again to talk about college football's week by week games to watch. I will go over each week from week 1 all the way through 14. There's 14 weeks in the season now. So I'll go from week 1 to week 14 and let y'all know what games that I would think would be most interesting. All right. And guess what? This season is action-packed. There will not be a boring weekend of college football in 2024. You know, usually they will have 1 week out the season where, our teams, SEC or whoever, play these FCS schools or Group of 5 schools. But guess what? Not this season. Even if Alabama playing a FCS school or Group of 5 school, somebody within the SEC will be playing a great game that week. Somebody. If it's not in the SEC, it'll be in the Big 10, Big 12. Somebody will be playing a game that might impact their chances on going to a conference championship or the playoffs. Okay? So let's go ahead and get into it and start out with week 1, because week 0 ain't nothing to talk about as far as week 0. So hey, it is what it is. But far as week 1, which is it starts Saturday, August 24th. Okay, so maybe that's week 0. So it is one game in week 0, which is Florida State and Georgia Tech. I think Georgia Tech is better than what they was before 2023. I think 2023, it was a pretty good season for them. But as far as 2024, week 1, I think this would be week 0, this would be an interesting game to watch. That's Saturday, August the 24th, Florida State versus Georgia Tech. Even though I think Florida State will win, I still think that's an interesting game to watch. All right, so Power 5 programs, because the rest of the games is not Power 5 program. That'll be the only Power 5 program in week 0. Once again, August 24th. Florida State versus Georgia Tech. Then we can start week 1 Thursday, August the 29th. I'm just going down the list and tell y'all what game that I think will be most interesting. One game I am interested in, I think it'll be an early game. North Dakota State versus Colorado. Deion better not lose this game. And the reason why I'm interested in this game is because all of the shenanigans that's been surrounding the Colorado Buffaloes program with Deion, his 2 boys, Shedeur and Shiloh. Okay? That's the only reason I'm interested in this game. They better not lose to North Dakota State. All right. That's on a Thursday night, and that's really the only game that I'm interested in. It's several other games on that Thursday night, but that's the only game I'm interested in. Okay? Missouri from the SEC will be playing Murray State. Not interested in that because I know Missouri is going to win that game. Okay, that's Thursday, August 29th, week 1. Also in week 1, you got some games Friday, August 30th. All right, so Oklahoma will be playing. Oklahoma will be playing Temple. All right, Oklahoma's part of the SEC now. That's why I'm mentioning this. I'm not interested in that game, but because I know Oklahoma is going to win. TCU will also be playing Samford if you want to watch that game. Now, if I had to choose out of that game, I'll be watching Oklahoma simply because they part of the SEC now. All right, moving on. Still in week 1, August 31st, Saturday. That's when the season really begins. Even though Alabama plays Western Kentucky, I'm interested in that game simply because my Alabama Crimson Tide is playing. All right, not only because it'll be Coach Kalen DeBoer's regular season debut for my Alabama Crimson Tide. All right, no. Simply because my Alabama Crimson Tide is playing. I wouldn't care who they was playing. All right, but they'll be playing Western Kentucky. Then, right out the gate, Miami playing Florida. Miami at Florida, Western Kentucky at Alabama. Also, Temple is at Oklahoma. TCU is at Stanford. And North Dakota State is at Colorado. Florida State is at Georgia Tech. I forgot to mention that. But anyway, Miami is at Florida. I will be interested in that. And I will be interested in Georgia at Clemson. Georgia got to go to Death Valley. So we'll see what happens there. All right, I think Georgia will win that game. What other game that I'll be interested in? Notre Dame at Texas A&M in week 1. These are some great games, man. I'm telling y'all, man. Who I don't know who will win that game. Notre Dame at Texas A&M. I think that's going to be a hell of a game. Who else we got in week 1? I think that pretty much covers week 1. The games that I will be interested in, and hopefully I will get to watch every one of those games. Once again, week 1 is Thursday, August the 29th, Friday, August 30th, Saturday, August 31st. Let's move on to week 2. Let's see who I will be interested in. Week 2, you got a Friday night game, September the 6th. I'm not interested in this. BYU at SMU. But Saturday, September the 7th, I will be interested in, once again, my Alabama Crimson Tide. All right. South Florida will come into Bryant-Denny Stadium. Now, you know, we had some problems with South Florida last season at South Florida. But guess what? That whole regime is gone. One quarterback that played in that game transferred back to Notre Dame, and Tyler Buckner playing lacrosse. No longer playing football no more. You know, Nick Saban is gone. Who else? What's his name? Tommy Rees, former offensive coordinator, is gone. Kevin Steele, former defense coordinator, is gone. So hey, it's a new regime, and we gonna beat the hell out of South Florida. Okay, then we got who else we got? Arkansas at Oklahoma State. That'll be a good one. South Carolina at Kentucky. That will be a good one. Who else? Tennessee at North Carolina State in week 2. Who else we got in week 2? Texas at Michigan. Man, these some great games, man. These some great games. Those are the games I'm interested in week 2. That's about it. Yeah, that's about it for week 2. I don't see nobody else. It's a hell of a lot of games. But yeah, those are the games that I'm interested in week 2. South Florida at Alabama. Arkansas at Oklahoma State. South Carolina at Kentucky. Who else I said? Tennessee at North Carolina State. Texas at Michigan. Also, I will be watching, scouting the enemy, Texas Tech at Georgia, which I know Georgia ain't going to have no problem. They're going to beat the brakes off them. So, anyway, that's week 2. Week 3, I'm trying to rush through this because it's 14 weeks. Okay, let's move on to week 3. They got Alabama at the top, maybe because it's Alabama. Anyway, Alabama at Wisconsin. First road game for Coach Kalen DeBoer. All right, I will be tuned in. You can best and believe that. First Power 5 game for my Alabama Crimson Tide, Saturday, September the 14th. All right, Alabama at Wisconsin. You also got Texas A&M at Florida. Okay, Georgia at Kentucky. LSU at South Carolina. Who else we got? Who else? Ole Miss at Wake Forest. Not too interested in that. I think Ole Miss is going to beat the brakes off them. You got 2 rivalry games going on that week. Oregon at Oregon State. Washington at Washington State. Notre Dame will be playing Purdue in week 3. Colorado at Colorado State. You know, that was a tough game last season. It went in, 2 or 3 overtimes? Colorado wound up winning. So those are the games I'm interested in week 3. And I'm going to tell you, I'm going to try to watch as many Colorado games as I can. Because the off season has been nothing but a circus, a reality show, whatever you want to call it, for those Colorado Buffaloes. So I'm going to be trying to watch as many Colorado games as I can. All right, let's move on to week 4. Okay, week 4. What games am I interested in? You got a game Thursday night and Friday night. Thursday night, South Alabama against Appalachian State. Not interested. Friday night, September 20th, Stanford at Syracuse. Not interested. But anyway, Saturday, September 21st. Who you got? Arkansas at Auburn. UCLA at LSU. That might be pretty good. Florida at Mississippi State. Tennessee at Oklahoma. That's going to be a good one. Tennessee at Oklahoma. USC at Michigan. Oh, this is week 4? My. That's all right. That's about the only games. NC State at Clemson. Yeah. Man, it's going to be a great season. Georgia, Alabama, they got bye weeks that week. What is this? Week 4. Georgia, Alabama got bye weeks that week because guess what? In week 5, they will meet each other at Bryant-Denny Stadium or in Bryant-Denny Stadium, however you want to put it. But each week is an action-packed weekend in 2024. Like I said, no boring games. All right, week 5, you got a game Thursday, September 26th, Army against Temple. Not interested. Friday, September 27th, Virginia Tech at Miami. I might look at that game. I'm interested in seeing what Miami going to look like. All right, I'll just put it out there. All right, week 5. Arkansas at Texas A&M. Georgia at Alabama, baby. That's going to be prime time. That's prime time right there. Okay, and then Oklahoma at Auburn. Kentucky at Ole Miss. Mississippi State at Texas, even though Texas is going to beat the hell out of them. Ohio State at Michigan State. Oregon at UCLA. Wisconsin at USC. That's all right. Who else? That's about it, I guess. For week 5. Colorado at UCF. And I think UCF is going to beat them. Colorado at UCF. That is week 5. The week Georgia comes in to Bryant-Denny Stadium. But like I said, action-packed weekend that weekend too. Arkansas and Texas A&M, Kentucky and Ole Miss, Ohio State, Michigan State, Oregon, UCLA, Colorado at USC. So it's a lot of good games in week 5. Let's move on to week 6. Like I said, I'm trying to rush through this thing. Week 6, Thursday, October the 3rd. You got 2 games. Not interested. Well, I'll watch one of them. Sam Houston versus UTEP and Texas State versus Troy. Troy's my hometown, Troy, Alabama, so I will watch those Troy Trojans. It'll probably be on ESPN Network, so I can get it. I'll watch it. Then Friday, October the 4th, Houston at TCU. That might be pretty good. I might watch that. And Jackson State at Kennesaw State. Not interested. All right. Saturday, October the 5th. Tennessee at Arkansas. Kind of a rivalry game. UCF at Florida. I'll be watching that. Auburn at Georgia. Auburn need a quarterback. I'll just say that. Missouri at Texas A&M. That should be good. Alabama at Vanderbilt. I'll be watching that even though I know Alabama going to beat the living hell out of them. Michigan State at Oregon. Michigan at Washington. That's going to be a good one. UCLA at Penn State. Man. Oh, this week 6? Yes. Clemson at Florida State. Man, this, yeah. I'm loving this. I'm going to love this season. It's going to be a lot of reaction videos in 2024. I'm loving this. Action pack every week. Let's move on to week 7. You got 2 games. Wednesday, October the 9th. Florida International at Liberty. Not interested. New Mexico State at Jacksonville State. Not interested. Thursday, October the 10th. You got 3 games. Middle Tennessee at Louisiana Tech. UTEP at Western Kentucky. Coastal Carolina at James Madison. Not interested in not one of them. Then Friday the 11th. Friday, October the 11th. You got Utah at Arizona State. I'll probably watch that one. Memphis at South Florida. 2 pretty good games. I got a couple TVs in here. I can watch both of those. I think I like them. Memphis Tigers is pretty decent, and South Florida is too. But anyway, Saturday, October 12th, South Carolina at Alabama. We ain't played South Carolina in a minute, but we're gonna whoop their ass. Mississippi State at Georgia. Georgia gonna beat the brakes off them. Ole Miss at LSU. I'm interested in that. I am very interested in that. I'll be watching that. Texas at Oklahoma. Big rivalry. I will be watching that. Texas at Oklahoma. You know I'm going to be watching that shit. Florida at Tennessee. I think Tennessee going to beat the shit out of them. Ohio State at Oregon. Penn State at USC. Good games, man. Clemson at Wake Forest. Georgia Tech at North Carolina. They're decent games. Kansas State at Colorado. I'm telling y'all, man. This season is crazy, man. Boy, they just made college football better. That's all they did. Week 8, Thursday, October the 15th, La Tech, New Mexico State, Kennesaw State, at Middle Tennessee State, and Troy at South Alabama. If I can get Troy at South Alabama on ESPN Network, I'll watch that simply because it's my hometown. Wednesday. That was Tuesday, October the 15th. Wednesday, October the 16th. Florida International at UTEP, Western Kentucky at Sam Houston. Not interested in neither one of them. Thursday, October the 17th. Boston College at Virginia Tech. Georgia State at Marshall. Not interested. All right, Friday, October 18th. Florida State at Duke. I will be watching that game. Definitely will. And also, you got Oklahoma State at BYU. Won't be watching that. Saturday, October the 19th. We are in week 8, right? Yep, we in week 8. LSU at Arkansas. I'm interested in that. According to how Arkansas season go. Texas A&M at Mississippi State. Texas A&M going to beat the brakes off. Auburn at Missouri. I'm interested in that. Auburn need a quarterback. South Carolina at Oklahoma. Might be a rough day for South Carolina. October 19th. Alabama at Tennessee. Neyland Stadium. These Tennessee fans are feeling confident. Why? I don't know. All right. That's about all the games I'm interested in on that day. Except for Colorado at Arizona. I'll be watching that. Like I said, I want to watch as many Colorado games as I can. But the main game, Alabama. Oh, no, I missed one. This is week 8. Ooh. It's Alabama at Tennessee, Georgia at Texas. They better not have those two games on at the same time. But if so, I can watch both of them. But I'll have to rewatch Georgia and Texas. But Alabama at Tennessee and Georgia at Texas. The Lord done bless college football. Woo-wee. Same week. That's what I'm talking about, baby. Week 9. Thursday. No games I'm interested in. If I ain't interested, I ain't going to go on into it no more. Wednesday, October 23rd. Not interested. Thursday, October 24th. Not interested. Friday, not interested. All right, let's get to Saturday, October 26th. Missouri at Alabama. Interested. Auburn at Kentucky, maybe. Oklahoma at Ole Miss. That's a game to watch. Oklahoma, yeah, I said Oklahoma at Ole Miss. Or no. LSU at Texas A&M. Game to watch. Texas plays Vanderbilt. That ain't nothing. Michigan State at Michigan. Interested in that. Nebraska and Ohio State. Not really interested. I don't think Nebraska can hang with them. Florida State at Miami. Yeah. College football has been blessed, and this is week 9. Let's move on to week 10. New Mexico, nope. Thursday, October 29th, not interested. Wednesday, that's Tuesday, October 29th, my bad. Wednesday, October 30th, not interested. Thursday, October 31st, not interested. November the 1st, that's Friday, not interested. Saturday, November the 2nd. Who am I interested in? Ole Miss at Arkansas, maybe. Vandy at Auburn, not really. Florida at Georgia, I will be watching that game. Texas A&M at South Carolina. That should be a good one. Kentucky at Tennessee. That should be a game to watch. Oregon at Michigan. We'll be watching that. Ohio State at Penn State. We'll be watching that. USC at Washington. Another game to watch. Even Duke at Miami and North Carolina at Florida State. Action-packed weekend that weekend too. And that is week 10. Man, this season is crazy, man. Are y'all getting all this? This season is crazy. Oh, man, let's move on to week 11. No, Tuesday, November 5th, not interested. Wednesday, November 6th, not interested. Thursday, November 2nd, 7th, not interested. And Friday, November the 8th, not interested. But do you hear this? They having college football Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Some weeks. Okay, Saturday, November the 9th. In week at 10, Alabama will have a bye. Okay, to come back November the 9th. Play LSU. Alabama at LSU. Going to Death Valley. Georgia go to Death Valley in daggone Clemson, South Carolina. And we go to Death Valley in freaking Baton Rouge, Louisiana. So Alabama at LSU in week 11. Oklahoma Georgia at Ole Miss. Another game of the week. Man, this is crazy. Oklahoma at Missouri. Mississippi State at Tennessee. Florida at Texas. Another game I'll be interested in. Florida State at Notre Dame. Woo, baby. That's about it for that week. There's some more pretty decent games like Duke at North Carolina State, Miami at Georgia Tech. Remember how Miami lost against Georgia Tech last season? So it's some alright games. But yeah, the main game for that week, Alabama, LSU, and Alabama, LSU, and Georgia at Ole Miss. Let's move on to week 12. What's week 12 got in store for us? Tuesday, November 12th, not interested. Wednesday, November 13th, not interested. Thursday, November 14th, not interested. Friday, November 15th, Houston at Arizona. I'll probably tune into that game. Saturday, November 16th, Texas at Arkansas. That is a rivalry game. Texas and Texas A&M is a rivalry too. Well, I don't know if Texas and Arkansas is a rivalry. Y'all let me know. Texas and Arkansas, I think that's kind of a rivalry. Anyway, LSU at Florida. I'll tune in that. Tennessee at Georgia. You know I'll tune into that. Missouri at South Carolina. It's all right. Mercer at Alabama. I'll tune into it just because it's my Alabama Crimson Tide, knowing we're going to beat the hell out of Mercer. No chance. Nebraska at USC. It's according to how Nebraska season is going if I watch that. Ohio State at Northwestern. Oregon at Wisconsin. Penn State at Purdue. UCLA at Washington should be good. Clemson and Pitt, they all right. Wake Forest and North, I won't be watching that shit. Colorado, Utah at Colorado. You know I'm going to watch that beat down because Utah going to beat the daylights off them. Telling you, going to beat the gold off Dion and his boys. All them chains and shit. Going to beat the hell out of them. Might make Shador go into start rapping on the regular, even though that shit garbage. He might try to be a damn rapper 24/7, make it his day job. All right, let's go on to week 13. Tuesday, November 19th, not interested. Wednesday, November 29th, interested. Thursday, November 21st, not interested. Well, NC State at Georgia Tech. I might watch that. Thursday, November 21st, NC State at Georgia Tech. I'll probably watch that. Saturday, November 23rd. No games on Friday. Who we got? Texas A&M at Auburn. Ole Miss at Florida. Alabama at Oklahoma that week. Week what? Week 13. 13. Alabama at Oklahoma. I believe Kentucky at Texas. Beat down. Texas gonna beat their ass. Northwestern at Michigan. Purdue at Michigan State. Nothing I'm really interested in. No. Colorado at Kansas. I'll watch that. That's about it. Main games for week 13. Texas A&M at Auburn. Ole Miss in Florida. Missouri at Mississippi State, which I think Missouri going to beat them. Alabama at Oklahoma. UTEP is at Tennessee, but I'm not interested in that. Kentucky is at Texas. I'm interested in that one, even though I think Texas is going to beat them. And UMass is at UGA. And then week 14, I believe this is the last week. Tuesday, November 26th, not interested. The Thursday, November 28th, really not interested. Memphis at Tulane, that might be pretty good. Friday, November 29th. Oklahoma State at Colorado. We'll be tuning in to that. And Utah at UCF. I'll be tuning in to that one too. Also, Nebraska play Iowa that Friday night, November 29th. Saturday, November 30th. Iron Bowl, Auburn, Alabama. You know I'll be watching that. Florida at Florida State. Georgia Tech at Georgia. Oklahoma at LSU, another good one. Mississippi State and Ole Miss, you know who's going to win that. South Carolina at Clemson, toss up. Tennessee and Vanderbilt, I ain't interested in that. We got Michigan and Ohio State, one of the biggest rivalries in all of college football. Washington at Oregon. Yeah. Notre Dame at USC. So yeah, it's some good games, but yeah, and that's the last game of the 2024 season. And as you can see, there is every single week several games that you can watch, and several games that could have an impact on a team season, whether they going to the conference championship, playoffs. More teams can get in the playoff. With this 12-team playoff, you don't got to win your conference. But, man, this season, every week, action-packed. Let me know what game you interested in. I know, you probably don't remember all of what I just said. But just remember, you can go look at it. Each game is action-packed. ESPN got the college football schedule on there, week by week. And you can look at it yourself and go through it and see which game you interested in. Because guess what? All these games, most of all of them that I mentioned, I'm interested in them. I know I won't be able to watch all of them, but I'm going to try to watch as many as I can. You can believe that. I don't give a damn if I got to record some of them and watch them on Sunday. I can do that. Because, NFL, it don't excite me as much as college football. I'll just say that. So, that's all I got for now. I know this was kind of long. I tried to make it quick as I can. But hope you enjoyed it. And let me know what games you interested in. And I'll talk to y'all later. Y'all be blessed. And don't give a piss about nothing but the Tide. And roll damn Tide.